Hi, welcome back to Cruise Tips 101. Since I've been on more cruises than I can count, well, actually I can, it's been more than 28, probably more than 30. I've definitely picked up some tricks along the way and I really want to share them with you so you don't have to go through the troubles that I've gone through myself. This will save you some hassles, save you some money, and save you some time. These are a few new ideas that'll make your onboard time a little easier. First up is closet space. There's usually not a whole lot of room in most cabins. Here's a way to maximize the minimal space that you have in a closet. One thing that you never seem to have enough of, at least in my own experience, are hangers. Now, you can ask your steward for more, but sometimes they just run out. They just don't have any more hangers to give you. I have found these little portable fold-up hangers that you can pack in your suitcase. They don't take up any room, and they open up to a full-size hanger, and you get 30 of them for like $14 on Amazon. I'm going to demonstrate them on my Travel Talk Tuesday episode, which will be coming up in a couple of weeks, along with some other Amazon finds that I have for travel. But those will be making an appearance on Travel Talk Tuesdays. Make sure you catch that episode to see them in action. Another thing to help with maximizing space is in the bathroom. There's usually not a whole lot of room for everything that you might bring with you. I personally tend to bring a whole lot of things with me. Between my skincare and perfumes and my body care items and all of the toiletry items that I bring, this particular item really helps keep everything organized. It is a hanging toiletry bag, and you can hang it from the hook on the back of the door in the bathroom. It has lots of little pockets. I'll show that on my video next week as well on Travel Talk Tuesday. Lots of little pockets to put all your little things in, and it keeps everything organized. They're clear so you can see exactly what's in each pocket, but it'll maximize that little bit of space that you usually get in a cabin bathroom, which are usually on the very small side. Another thing that a lot of people don't think about is dirty clothes. Now, when you have your dirty clothes in your cabin, some people just throw them in the suitcase, which that's one thing to do. You just open up the suitcase and throw your dirty clothes in there and just push it back up underneath your bed. That is one thing you can do. But another thing you can do is bring scented garbage bags or a plastic bag and throw a dryer sheet in it. That will keep all that dirty laundry, if you're not planning to wash it on board, smelling a little bit fresher than it would had you just thrown it in your suitcase. It'll save you some stinky moments when you open that suitcase after the trip and you're going to unpack, and your suitcase might end up smelling like a gym locker or a sack of old potatoes. Not a good thing. So scented dryer sheets, scented garbage bags for all your dirty laundry. Another thing I tend to bring with me is a lot of different makeup items, and I have a huge vanity here at home with lots of drawers and lots of places to put all my things. But on a cruise, generally I have a small little desk, a little vanity desk that I put everything on. And it sometimes gets a little cluttered because I have a lot of products and I like to use a lot of different things. One thing that you can do to keep all of that organized is go to the buffet on the first day. They have plastic tumblers that you can use to get your drinks, to get your iced tea, your lemonades, and your waters, but just grab a little stack of those, bring them back to your cabin, use those as cups to put your makeup brushes, your makeup pencils, your lipsticks, your toothpaste, your toothbrush. They're plastic, they're just perfect for that purpose, and they're free, and it'll save you some time, some space, and some money. One other thing, I did mention in a previous video about bringing an insulated cup, and yes, that's a great idea. Water bottle or insulated coffee cup, those are great to have, but they do take up some space, and a lot of times real estate is a very limited in my suitcase because I am the serious overpacker. One thing that I did order from my Amazon finds is a collapsible water bottle that folds up to this big, and it opens up and you can refill that as many times as you want, and it doesn't take up any room. Add that to your list for your next cruise for travel hacks. There's a few other little things that I wanted to mention. On Princess Cruise Lines, they have the International Cafe. Now, it looks like it costs money for all those delicious little desserts and sandwiches, but those are actually included in your cruise, as well as the pastry shop in the buffet area. There are two places where you can get free little snacks, little cakes, little sandwiches, little quiches. Those were all included on Princess. So that was a little bonus for us because we didn't have to pay anything extra for those little snacks. Also, there's a little card in your cabin when you first get on board, and it is for a room service breakfast. You can get a continental style breakfast delivered to your room every single morning if you'd like. They'll bring you a pot of coffee or a pot of tea, order some bagels and some fresh fruits, some cereals, little snack foods, and whatever you don't eat, if there's some juices or milks or whatever, you can put those in your little refrigerator and keep them for later. But those are nice little snacks to have in your cabin if you don't feel like going to the buffet in the morning, or maybe just want something light, like a little yogurt and maybe a banana or you don't want to go to the restaurant to have breakfast. So having a room service breakfast, you can schedule it for whatever time you want them to bring it every morning. Just put it on your door right before you go to bed each night. Most cruise lines have a main dining room where you can get a full breakfast, sometimes lunch, as well as dinner, in addition to the buffet, which also serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and sometimes like a midnight buffet or snack. But there's also some smaller venues around the ship that you can also get some little eats. Whichever cruise line you're traveling on, make sure you just check all of the different dining options so you don't miss out on something you really wanted to try. Another tip, a lot of cruise lines have comedy shows, but they usually have two seatings. The first seating is usually around 7:30 or 8:30, and then there's another later seating, either 9:30 or 10:30. The later seatings tend to be less crowded, so if you wanted to catch a comedy show but wanted to beat the crowd, try going to the later show. It might be a little better, a little less crowded than the earlier show. Plus, they tend to be adult only, or at least 18 and above, so the comedy is more adult rated. A little secret, a lot of ships have a forward secret area. Try checking by the bridge, but go all the way forward, and you may find the secret forward deck. It's great for picture opportunities and quieter moments. Also, if you'd like to avoid the crowds, you might want to stay away from the main pool and look for another pool. Ships usually have multiple pools, but there's usually a main pool that everybody seems to congregate at. There may be one in the back or maybe one in the front that's a lot less populated, a lot less crowded, a little bit more quieter. On episode 1, I did a Q&A, and one of the questions posed is, can I do laundry on board? Now, I did mention in that video that there were two options. There's a self-service option where you wash your own clothes, and then there's a second option where you can send your laundry out. Now, I didn't really go into details about how much that costs because it can add up. It's usually a per item fee, so like $1 per shirt or $2 per pants. It's just an itemized list of items, and you just check off how many you have of each, and then there's a total at the end. There is a little secret hack. Many lines run a fill your bag deal once during the cruise. Generally, this is going to be on a longer sailing where you can fill the bag for one price. However many items you can fit in this one bag, they'll clean them all for like $20. A little secret that a lot of cruise lines don't share, but you get that little surprise midway during the future cruise desk. A lot of cruises offer specials if you book another cruise while you're on board. Now, a lot of travel agents also offer special bounce back offers. You come back from your cruise, your travel agent may have some specials just for you, where you'll get so much off your next cruise if you book it within a certain amount of time. Make sure you check into, if you didn't use a travel agent, check the future cruise desk. If you did use a travel agent, check with your travel agent about what offers you're going to be eligible for as you return from your cruise. On my first episode where I did the Q&A, I did mention about loungers being more available at the pool deck on port days, which is true. The ship is a lot quieter, a lot emptier on port days because a lot of people go off the ship and go into town or go onto the island or wherever you happen to be. Those days are a lot quieter and they do run some specials. Usually the spa has some deals where you get a head to toe pampering for like $129. You get a mini facial, you get a full massage, maybe a scrub, do all kinds of specials while we're in port. So you might want to wait. If you're looking to do a spa day, that's the day to do it because you're going to get the best deal while in port. Something else to think about, the ship has a time. The ship time is not always the same time as wherever you are. Make sure you set your time on your watch or your phone to the ship time, or at least notate the difference in the time, because it may be 12 o'clock on the ship, but it might be 2 p.m. on land wherever you happen to be. But the ship leaves at 5 p.m. ship time, which might be a different time on land. So make sure you notate the ship time before getting off the ship to make sure you get back on time. You don't want to miss the ship. My very first cruise, I want to say, was when I was around 17, and that was with my parents. My whole perspective completely has changed on cruising. I had no idea what to expect or what to think. I just went with the flow. I have really learned so much over the last 20 years of cruising, and I'm so happy I'm able to share them with you as well, so you can learn from my experience. Another tip as we wrap this up is relaxation. Cruises are incredibly relaxing once you get on board. I know there's a lot of stress involved with getting to the ship, dropping off the luggage, going through the check-in process, boarding, and then going through the muster station, because every cruise you have to do the muster station where they go over the safety measures of the ship. Once that's done, you are free to enjoy the rest of the cruise without any distraction. You can enjoy every moment without any other obligation after that muster. Now, when you're debarking, there is some stress that might happen there because you know you have to get off the ship, have to get your luggage packed the night before and get it out into the hallway so they can take your luggage if they're taking it, or if you're doing carry off yourself. So you have to make those decisions as to how you want to get off the ship. But one thing I would like to let you know, you don't have to get off the ship right at 7 unless you have a flight going home and you need to get to the airport, but hopefully you didn't book a flight within a few hours of debarking, so you can relax getting off. You can go have breakfast, you can enjoy a little time before and wait for your time to be called, and then just casually walk off the ship without any rush or anxiety. And that's the best part. You don't want to have any anxiety. You just want to enjoy the whole time, the whole experience from start to finish. I hope you guys have enjoyed this and you got a little bit of information, maybe learned a new hack that you hadn't heard before. If you have your own secret hacks that you'd like to share with us, please drop it in the comments below. And also, have you ever found any of those hidden spaces on the ships? If you have, please share which ship and what you found. I'm sure everyone is dying to know where all the hidden spaces are on the cruise ships. Until next time, happy travels.